Chapter 3. The Living Room with 7 Steps. After opening the lacquered wooden door, with its shiny silver lock, a small staircase began, made up of 7 rounded steps, polished by the soft steps of the 4 bunnies who lived there. The steps smelled of licorice and resin, and when you stepped on them, they made a light sound, like a friendly whisper, as if they too were alive and enjoyed each step taken over them. The top of the stairs opened the living room, the heart of the house, a place full of light and peace, where every corner hid a story. Noel, the father rabbit, had once said to Luna, with a proud smile, "This living room is like a dream nest. All our joy will gather here." And that was exactly what it had been. The floor was made of wide, shiny, and warm, and the walls were covered with a thin layer of green moss and dried petals of blue flowers, as a reminder of the tree that was their roof. Roots extended from the thick trunk into the walls, and here and there blades of grass and small flowers sprouted from them, refreshing the air of the house. When the sun rose and the light entered through the large window framed in the tree trunk, everything seemed like an enchanted world, like in an old story, where everything breathes life. In a corner, on a soft mattress made of down and dry leaves, slept Nino and Nina, the 2 baby rabbits. They were small and fluffy, with fur as white as milk foam and thin ears that moved even in their sleep. When Nino fell asleep, Nina would rest her muzzle on his back and sigh gently, dreaming of sweet carrots and fields full of butterflies. The parents' bed was placed closer to the window, the big one, so that Noel and Luna could look at the sky and the stars every evening. Luna loved to sit there, with their paws together, and tell stories. "Look, Nina, that bright star is a light that watches over us. It shows us the way to our dreams." The puppies listened fascinated, and Noel, who often did something at the table, would look up and smile. He loved to hear Luna tell stories. Her voice had a rare gentleness, like a moonbeam lowered through the blue leaves of the tree. In the middle of the dining room was a round table, made from a piece of tree trunk, polished until it became smooth like the mirror of water. On it, Luna would place small plates with lettuce leaves and pieces of carrot in the morning. Next to the table, Noel kept a higher chair, specially built for him when he drew plans and sketches of houses in miniature. The architect of the forest, as the animals called him, was always busy inventing something new. A staircase that rolled by itself, a secret trapdoor, or a window that opened only when the birds sang. But the most beloved part of the living room was the large window, deeply recessed into the trunk of the tree. Through it, you could see the whole of Nail Land, a green plain as far as the eye could see, sprinkled with yellow and pink flowers. And at the edge of the plain began the 𝕿𝖶𝖃 forest, a mysterious and beautiful place, full of animals and stories. On clear days, the river that flowed through the forest sparkled like a silver ribbon, and Luna always said, "There the dreams of all living things are mirrored." In the evening, when the fireflies lit up and the air was filled with the song of crickets, the rabbit family gathered around the table. Noel told the story of how he had built the house, how he had chosen each piece of wood and each stone. "I wanted each step to be a step towards joy," he said. 7 steps for the 7 days of the week, so that every day we would remember to be grateful. Luna listened to him and rested her head on his shoulder, and Nino and Nina asked him to tell them stories about the tree with blue flowers. "Dad, why are the flowers blue?" Nina always asked. "Because once, a long time ago, a tear from the sky fell on it, and the sky left its color here. In the land of Nail. One evening, a light rain began to fall. The drops hit the leaves of the tree with a sweet murmur, and through the large window you could see how the clouds danced over the forest. Nino and Nina were sitting on their small bed, their eyes wide and curious. The moon covered them with a soft blanket of moss and said to them, "You should know, my dears, that when it rains, our tree drinks water and grows. And with it we grow too, braver, better." Noel approached the door and checked the silver key. The door was closed tightly, as he did every evening. Tea was a habit of safety, but also of love. He wanted nothing bad to enter their house. Then she turned off the light, and the entire living room was lit only by the fireflies that had gathered around the window, making it seem as if the stars had come down to watch over them. When the puppies fell asleep, Luna leaned towards Noel and whispered, "Do you feel it? This house seems to breathe with us." "Yes, my dear, it's alive. Just as I've always dreamed." And indeed, the seven-stepped living room was not just a place to rest. It was a beating heart for the whole family. The walls kept the echo of children's laughter, the floor remembered every step, and the window kept the memory of every sunrise. On rainy days, when they couldn't go outside, Noel showed the little ones how to build small castles or towers out of sticks. Nino was braver and would tear everything down laughing, and Nina, delicate and careful, tried to rebuild them. Luna would prepare tea from blue flowers and place everything on the table, and the pleasant smell would fill the house. Sometimes, in the silence of the evenings, all you could hear was the crackle of the wind among the flowers and the gentle rustle of the tree. And then, if you listened carefully, you would swear that the tree itself was whispering stories to them. In those moments, Noel understood that his work was not just a construction, but a miracle born of love. Every step, every muscle, every petal put in its place had a purpose. And in that bright living room, his family lived not only safely, but in harmony with the world. When the night deepened and the moon climbed into the sky, its light penetrated through the window and touched the white fur of the cubs. In that silver light, Nino and Nina seemed like two little lights of hope. The moon looked at them and whispered softly, "Never forget, my dears, that love is the key to our house. The silver key is just a memory." And so, in the living room with 7 steps, among stories, laughter and dreams, life flowed smoothly, like the river that could be seen through the large window. It was the beginning of a wonderful adventure in the house in the blue flower tree, the place where love, courage and friendship would bloom like the blue flowers of their tree ancient.